I've been a huge horror fan for most of my life, and because of this, I've seen a million of those listicles that are ranking and like counting down the classic slashers or slashers throughout horror. And these lists always tend to like kind of be about the same thing, like who's the scariest, who's the most iconic, who's the most deadly, blah, 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 blah. I don't care about any of that. The problem with all of these lists is they're forgetting the most important thing about slashers, is that they're really hot. Today, for my first ever YouTube video that has absolutely nothing to do with the art and content that I'm best known for, I am going to be ranking classic slashers based on how hot they are. I will be using a standard tier ranked system to rank them all. I will be taking into account their physical appearance and their personality, how attractive that is. Keep in mind, this is all just my opinion, but I'm also a genius, so if you disagree, you're wrong. Okay, we're starting off strong with Jason Voorhees, my special big boy. So right off the bat, I love Jason. I love how big he is. He's just this huge hunk of man. He's been eating nothing but pure protein in the woods for the past 20 years. Love that. But best of all, the mommy issues. I love mommy issues. I don't know what it is, I just do. They're top tier. The only hitch is with his personality. He's a very sweet man, but he is notoriously anti-sex, and he will kill you if you're horny, which is a bit of a mood killer. Physically, 10 out of 10. 10s across the board. He's perfect. Personality-wise, I have to dock some points for the whole killing you for being horny thing. So I'm gonna be planting him in the A tier right off the bat. He's very hot, but he hates you for finding him hot. Next up is Candyman, another strong contender. I feel like it's a bit almost unfair to include him in this list because he's just like objectively beautiful, whereas everyone else is like decomposing and wearing a fucked up mask. He's just like a handsome guy who happens to be full of bees. I love bees. What can I say? He's an S tier. He's a perfect man. He's suave, he's attractive, he's mysterious, he likes women with short curly hair. Hi. S tier immediately. Moving on. Up next, Charles Lee Ray, aka Chucky the Doll. Dead last. Absolutely rock bottom. F tier right off the bat. Chucky is ugly and he's mean to his girlfriend. What more do I need to say? Now, this comes with a caveat. Human Charles Lee Ray, he could get it, but he also has like 2 seconds of screen time. We're not talking about him. We're talking about Chucky, F tier. Dead. See, the funny thing is that going into recording this, I personally know at least one person who will vehemently disagree with me on this point and be upset that I'm ranking him like this. And to that person, girl, if you're watching, I truly hope we both get the therapy we so clearly need.
Okay, me again. Just a heads up, in this next section, I'm talking about Michael Myers from the Halloween series, but for some reason, the whole time I was recording, I just kept referring to him as Mike Myers, as in the actor who played Shrek, Mike Myers. No idea why I couldn't have been fucked to say the second syllable in his name, but it was impossible at the time. Just know that's who I'm actually referring to when I repeatedly say Mike Myers.
Up next, Mike Myers. Okay, I have a take that I feel like a lot of people are gonna get on me for. I don't really care for Mike Myers. Like, attractively and just as a slasher, I kind of find him dull. I mean, I enjoyed the Halloween movies, like they hold up, but I enjoy them because I'm watching Laurie. Not so much for him. I feel like all the other slashers really have like a kick to them, and he just doesn't. Same goes for my attraction to him. He's very meh to me, like very middle of the road. Don't get me wrong, I know that like the point of him being sort of a blank slate and having no personality is it's like, you can't get inside his head, you can't understand him, he's a force of nature. Well, newsflash, honey, being a force of nature isn't hot. For appearance, I'll give him a 6 out of 10, he's alright. And for personality, 0 out of 10. Who cares? For being so boring, you are condemned to D tier. Here's a butt, kid. Go buy yourself a personality. Tilly is really interested in what's going on up here. Tilly! Do you have any hot takes for us, Matilda? The answer is no. We have a guest star with us, everyone. Hi, baby. And she's off. Up next on the list is Leatherface. From the second I saw this scene, the first time I watched the movie, I knew that I wanted to feel those big, strong arms around me. I love his sense of style. I love that he's polite. I love that when an event's going on, he's not afraid to dress up. I love men who wear makeup. We kind of have matching hair, even, he and I. I have a potential video essay that I could do on explaining why I find him so great, not just on an attraction level, but on like a sympathetic character level, so let me know if you want to hear that. He's just perfect. He's perfect. He's perfect. He's perfect. 10s across the board. Am I biased and playing favorites? Yes, but it's my list and you're just living in it. Up next, Pinhead the Cenobite. Not exactly a slasher, but he'll do. He's a classic horror villain. What can I say? He's gorgeous. The facial structure for days, eyes like deep pools of hell, the voice. It's always the voice for me. That being said, to me his personality is like pretty murky. I feel like I don't know him, you know? Like I feel like he's not so much an individual as he more so is a spokesperson for the Cenobites. And I'm not into people who are all business all the time, like never making time for you, never any passionate romantic surprises or anything. Like I feel like he's just so in his career as a Cenobite that he's like not that great of a lover. Appearance, 9 out of 10, obviously. Personality, 3 out of 10. I'll put him in the B tier because he's fun to look at. Up next, oh dear God, have mercy on my soul, it's Pennywise. Say what you want about the remakes, but I get so much joy out of the amount of people who accidentally outed themselves as being monster fuckers by talking about how horny they were for Pennywise when the first movie came out. It was amazing. I was thriving. Which is why I think I kind of have an unpopular opinion here. I don't find Pennywise that attractive in either rendition of it. I love Bill Skarsgård's performance. I love the character design. I thought it was really new and creative. In the hotness category, I think he's kind of middle of the road. Like, he is exciting and unexpected, but I'm just not super, like, drawn to him. Also, taunting a victim of child sexual abuse with the image of their abuser, that's not hot. So, appearance, I'll give him 6 out of 10. Personality, 5 out of 10. Middle of the road. Of all the things I've said in this video, I feel like this is the one that people are gonna get mad at me for. And you know what? They hated Jesus because he told the truth. Up next, we have Mary Mason from American Mary. Be still my heart. She is just like the perfect woman, the femme dream, you know? She's just really 10s across the board. She's beautiful, she's smart, she's weird, she's creepy, she like definitely has a personality, unlike so many women in horror movies that I feel like are just sort of there to be something to look at. I like genuinely know who she is by her actions and decisions in the movie. Also, she's just really pretty. So 10s across the board. She's an S tier. She's amazing. Before we move on, I can hear you asking, Julia, you're gay. How come there's only one woman on this hot slashers list? Well, the answer quite honestly is just that I couldn't find any other female slashers besides Pamela Voorhees, who is a queen and I love her, but she suffers from the same issue as Jason does, which is she is very anti-sex and will kill you for being horny. So that would just be a repetitive ranking. And before people come at me and they're like, what about Carrie? Carrie is like 15 years old. I am not attracted to her. She is a literal child. She's a high school student. And same goes for like Jennifer Check, same goes for Samara. None of them are going on this list. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. However, if you know of some good female slashers, leave some suggestions in the comments and I might make a part 2 of who's the hottest female slasher. Okay, now we're getting a bit more obscure with Billy Lenz from Black Christmas, and I will be judging both the original and the remake. Physically, he's attractive enough. He's a nice looking lad, a bit of a cutie pie. I'd say 7 out of 10. He's a nice enough lad. Personality-wise, I'm gonna say his dirty talk does not exactly do it for me. He has an erratic and unhinged personality, which I guess could be like spontaneous and passionate, so I can see why people would find him attractive. I'll give him like an 8 out of 10. He gets a B ranking for his trouble. Up next, John Kramer from the Saw series. Again, not exactly a conventional slasher in that sense, but like, he's a horror icon, so we're gonna include him. On a physical level, I get it, you know? He's fit, a bit of a silver fox. I like that. He's a bit older than what I usually go for, but that's fine. He is an attractive man. He's easy on the eyes. Personality-wise, I hate him. I hate him so much. I hate how, like, smug and entitled he is. Like, he's just so sure that he's right about everything. I can just tell that in a relationship, he would gaslight you so bad. You'd be like, why did you cheat on me? And he'd be like, I was trying to test you, to make you stronger. If you even suggest to him that torturing people to death isn't, like, morally correct, he's just like, idiot. So in case you haven't noticed, I was gonna give him a really low score, but then I saw this picture, so I had to change my mind a bit. John Kramer gets a C tier, middle of the road. Sins are forgiven because he's hot. Okay, here we go. Leslie Vernon. Hunk alert! I loved him from the second he appeared on screen in Behind the Mask. It's also just like a really good movie. I wish I had seen it before. Like, I feel like it doesn't get as much talk as it really deserves. I loved it. Physically, He's a hottie. He's a bit basic, but he's also very fit, so that's cool. Personality-wise, I'm obsessed. He obviously is using his skills and talents for the wrong reasons, but like at the same time, I just don't care. I love his passion. I love his energy. I love like his creativity. Before I even saw his face, just seeing a picture of him with his mask, I knew that I loved it because it was so unlike the other slashers and their masks. It was very original. I knew he was a creative type, you know? At that one part in the movie, I forget her name, but the journalist is like begging him not to go on a killing spree, and he says no and refuses. I like a man who knows what he wants. And I also don't take criticism. If you're gonna come to me about how like, oh, but he's so evil, what video did you think that you were watching? I'm ranking fictional serial killers on how hot they are. He also has a big forehead. I like big foreheads. That's just a personal thing. This is hard. Should he be S tier or A tier? I'll decide while editing if he goes in S tier or A tier, because right now my heart's a pounding and I can't make up my mind. Down. You had to knock over Willie? What was that? That was a massacre. Aww. Let's knock out 3 birds with 1 stone. I'm going through the 3 brothers from the 2005 film House of Wax. Side note, can we talk about how Paris Hilton is like literally the most talented actress of all time? I'm obsessed with this weird era in her life when she was like trying to get into acting, and so she was in these like horror movies. She was in Repo, the Genetic Opera. Oh, she's amazing. Her mind. Anyway, as far as they go, Lester, he's alright. He's, I guess, I'd say the least attractive to me. He gets, fuck it, C tier.
I must have been in a really good mood the day that I recorded this, because I am way too nice to Lester at this part. I gave him a C tier. He is absolutely a D tier at best. I don't know what I was on.
Beau, a bit more attractive, a bit better. I like that he's a bit more sinister. He's not a bad looking man, I'll say it. So he gets a B tier.
Again, what is with these generous ratings? See, Beau is a C tier.
Vincent is where it's at. He has it all. He has the hair. He has the mask. He has that dramatic, artistic flair. He doesn't have to say a word for me to know that he's so cool. So I put him, I don't know if I can put him in A tier because I'm not like crazy about him, but I will put him in B tier with a big thumbs up because he is a handsome little boy. Next up is Freddy Krueger. I'm gonna be honest, right off the bat, I have mixed feelings on our boy Krueger. I love the way he looks, but mostly on like a costuming and practical effects level, not so much on a, ooh, he's so hot level, you know? I like men who wear sweaters, the knives are hot, you know? The face is interesting, I like interesting. As far as personality, ass garbage. I hate puns, I hate that kind of humor, and that's like his whole thing. I get so sick of it so fast. Also, I feel like he's really coded as a predator, even in the movies where he's not explicitly stated to be like a pedophile. I really don't like that. That turns me off. His one saving factor, the voice. The voice is really hot. I love gravelly voices. He takes a gravelly voice to the absolute next level. For physicality, I'll give him 7 out of 10. Personality, 2 out of 10. He is safely in the C tier. Ghostface from Scream. I'm only going to be covering the first Scream. I find that Ghostface is many different people throughout the series a bit confusing and honestly a bit of a turnoff. Ghostface in the first movie has a lot going for him. I like the voice, extra points for Matthew Lillard, extra points for this being the only slasher on the list who is canonically a gay couple. That being said, I feel like with all the other slashers pouring in so much individuality, I feel like Ghostface kind of gets washed to the side. He's just not super spectacular. He's not super alluring to me. That's just my feeling. And you know what? Ghostface doesn't need me to be attracted to them because they have each other. And I think that's beautiful. Because at the end of the day, having someone you care for, that's all that really matters. Anyway, this video is going to be coming to an end. Another little disclaimer from what I talked about earlier. I know that I joke about me being like a genius and right about everything and all, but this is truly my opinion. And if anyone else has differing opinions, go ahead and tell me in the comments. You will not change my mind though. Anyway, signing off, I'm Julia. Let's see how this YouTube channel goes. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.